Look, if you think booster fraud is something that happened years ago, like in some far distant past, let me bring you into the last 12 months. Okay? Not theories, not opinions, but let's talk about real arrests, real charges, and real money that's now gone. And every single one of them had the same structure behind it. I know we just talked about this the other day, but we're going to do it again. This is Mike with Soundstage EDU, and this is just information that I'm seeing circulate so much, and I'm seeing so much apathy in governance and structure and understanding of how these systems work, and that's why these things are happening. I'm convinced that's why these things are happening. And that's why I'm here so frequently now talking about this, and it feels like I'm just dropping a hammer on y'all, but I need you guys to hear what's happening. I want you to hear what's being said. I want you to open your eyes and see the very real gravity of the situations that we're dealing with here. So let's talk about, or talk through a few of these, okay? February 2026. Not too long ago, right? Pennsylvania. A band booster treasurer charged with multiple felony accounts, or I'm sorry. Trying to read the headline and I'm getting worked up. Okay, so we'll try that again. February 2026, Pennsylvania. A band booster treasurer charged with multiple felony counts after allegedly stealing over $62,000 from a high school program. July 2025, California. A booster club treasurer arrested after nearly $200,000 in unauthorized purchases. Amazon, Walmart, PayPal, even Disneyland. October 2025, Kansas. A high school booster club reports that most of their funds are gone. Students were impacted immediately. And just days later, that same individual is accused of stealing from another youth organization in the same community. Also in 2025, Texas, a booster club treasurer accused of misusing over $27,000 through unauthorized transactions tied to a debit card. And these are just the ones that made the news. I did a quick search for those. But listen, these are different states, different schools, different people, all with the same story. And I already know what some of you are thinking. Well, Mike, that wouldn't happen here. We trust our treasurer. We're a small program in a small town. Listen, every single one of those organizations thought the exact same thing. None of them ever said, yeah, this is probably going to end in felony charges. No one thought that. I mean, why should they? But this right here, this is where we have to stop pretending that these situations are random, because it's not. These cases don't happen because of one bad person. They happen because of common structure. They happen because of human behavior. That's why there's case law around these things, because they happen. They're not random. They're real. And that common structure that we're seeing is one person controlling everything. Collecting, depositing, recording, reconciling. That's not a role. That right there is a system failure. And here's the part that I'm famous for. Saying the thing that no one wants to say. Let's be honest here, guys. Some of these people, I'm not going to say all of them. Human behavior, right? Some of these people didn't start out intending to steal anything. Okay? I know I said some of them. I'll leave that for your interpretation. But when you build a system with no oversight, no friction, no accountability, you are creating the conditions where it becomes possible. And you know as well as I do that over time, possible becomes probable. Look, this is not about mistrusting people. This is about protecting them, because when your system relies entirely on trust, you're putting one human being in a position they were never designed to handle alone. Software doesn't prevent fraud. Policies don't prevent fraud. People don't prevent fraud. Structure does. And if your system does not have it, you're not different. You're just next. This isn't meant to be fear-based. I know I've said that in the last couple of episodes. And I know it probably doesn't seem that way, but this is not fear-based. This is awareness. Because every one of those communities thought they were fine until they weren't. The question isn't, do we trust our people? The question is, have we built a system that protects them and us? If you're realizing right now that your structure might not be where it needs to be, you're not alone. That's why we're having this conversation. That's why I'm putting this out there so frequently right now. Because this is exactly the work we're doing inside of Soundstage EDU. Helping organizations build systems that actually protect their programs. Are they perfect? No. There's still humans in them. They're built by humans, but we have to start somewhere. So let's get together. Let's raise the bar together. And let's start protecting you and the program. This has been Mike with Soundstage EDU. Take care of yourselves.